Walker High School basketball.
Hello and welcome to Walker High School. Chris is doing along with Clay Carver. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's action between the Walker Wildcats and the visiting U-High Cubs. The Wildcats come in with an overall record of 20-5 on the year, 0-0 in district. They're playing the Cubs, come in with an overall record of 14-5. Both of these teams are highly talented and highly ranked.
Oh, it's going to be a battle. The last time you and I together was good. So hunker down. It's going to be a good basketball game.
Absolutely. Last game for the Wildcats came in, played Archbishop Hannah on a Saturday afternoon, and Archbishop Hannah came in with a record of 18-6, and Walker won that game 60-50. It was a great game. 4 technical fouls being called in that game, and it was back and forth, really close. And at the end, the Wildcats really took control and won it.
And U High coming in at 14-5. They won 6 in a row before losing to Madison Prep 3 years ago. They have played some kind of opponent. They played East Ascension. We both lost to Ascension. They played Zachary, who's the number 1 team in 5A, and they went overtime and lost in overtime. So this team's got a lot of height, and that's what you and I were talking about last week. Was we're going to see Walk match up against a tall team, whatever they did tonight.
Wildcats coming in, and we have our next broadcast will be Friday versus Live Oak Eagles, and that will be our unique doubleheader where the girls will play. I've got some notes on the game and what everything's going to happen. It will be senior night for the girls. They'll play at 6 o'clock, and then at halftime they'll recognize the girls' middle school or the junior high teams. Also, it'll be the Hall of Fame induction for Walker High School's Hall of Fame. Also, we have a couple of guys being recognized for 1,000 points. And then the boys will play at 7:15. And then at halftime, we have the middle school recognition for the guys as well. So a lot of stuff going on. And then we'll do a unique thing with the broadcast also, right?
Oh, then we're going to turn over to the boys' game. That's right.
Right. So it'll be me and Dan doing the girls' game, and then Clint will come back for the boys' game. And that's what we're trying to do here. Trying to keep everybody involved from the football broadcast. So Dan does the girls' games, and Clint does most of the boys' games.
Yeah, and I only have, I think, one conflict this year with the baseball team, so I'm able to be with you on most of the basketball games. The reason why Dan does the girls, he's really close to Coach Arnold, got a lot of inside scoop, and Dan prefers to do the girls' games, and I'll do the boys' games. So
sounds good, man. Yep. You're doing good. So the Wildcats in action versus U High, and of course, it's just one of those games where every year Walker seems to play U High, and it's always a great game.
Well, we got to watch them warm up, and we mentioned earlier they've got a lot of height. They got a lot of experience. This is a Coach Joe Spencer at U High. He's been there since 2009. He averages 24 wins a year. That's 15 years, 24 wins. That's a pretty good resume. So every year he's churning out a really talented basketball team.
Looking at the district standings, the Wildcats come in out of District 4-5-8. And it is the defending state champions, the Zachary Broncos, coming in with an overall record of 24-3. Walker comes in with a record of 20-5, right there in second place. Scotlandville, of course, the state champion many times over, comes in with an overall record 18-5. So Scotlandville down on their standards, but still, remember, Scotlandville will play in Division I, and they'll be separate from the other 5A teams in the select and non-select. Denham Springs comes in with an overall record of 18-9. And if you remember correctly, I know you were there, and I was there too, at the Livingston Parish Basketball Championship. Denham Springs gave Walker a run for their money, and they almost won that game against the Wildcats in the Livingston Parish tournament.
I know in the last game we played Denham, we beat them pretty good. But that tournament championship, we were up 32-9 at half. Ended up winning by 2 points, and Denham had the ball with the last shot of the game. So don't take your eyes off the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets.
And then we have Live Oak with an overall record of 11-9, and then Central not having a good year this year with 2-18 right now.
And then on the other side, when you talk about U High, they're in a district with Madison Prep. Madison Prep's leading at 14-5. U High is also at 14-5, but in second place. West Feliciana at third at 10-5. Mentorship Academy 14-8. Burley is 13-9. So that's 5 teams in their district that's over 500. 7-8. Parkview Baptist, who we got to play earlier this month, is 11-15. Baker is 6-11, and the collegiate school for Baton Rouge is 4-16. So that's a big district. Some of those will be, in the select Division I, some of the select Division II. But right now, U High is number 2 in the state. They're on a hot streak. They won 6 out of 7, and they're coming thinking they can beat the Walker Wildcats.
Absolutely. Speaking of rankings in the state of Louisiana, the Walker Wildcats come in as the number 4 ranked team in the state of Louisiana. Last time, our last broadcast, we were number 5. So the Wildcats have been taking care of business, and they're moving up the ladder. As long as you're in the top 4, you're pretty good. You're guaranteed you're hosting throughout, basically, no matter what happens.
Yep.
So the number 1 team in the state, Zachary Broncos, they come in overall record 24-3. Of course, they're in our district. Number 2 is Alexandria. They've won a state championship recently, too. They're 22-4. Ouachita Parish is 19-6, and Walker's number 4 with a record of 20-5. Number 5 is North Shore, 20-5. Rounding out the top 10, West Monroe, Desperahan, New Iberia, Ruston. Those are your top 10 teams in the 5A. So Clint, tell us about the district and District 4 5A and how the other teams rank in the power rankings.
Well, you got Zachary as the number 1 team, and we're going to match up with them on our next game. It's going to we got Live Oak and then Zachary on February 8th. We'll be able to match up with the number 1 team in the state. Walker at number 4. We've got Dedham Springs at 22. Dedham Springs at 22, so they're solidly in the playoffs. It would take them. I mean, they're going to play Zachary, Walker, so even if they were to lose, the power points are going to go up. So Dedham Springs looking good to make the playoffs. Live Oak at 27, hovering right around that low 20s. They got to make sure they win one of their last 4. And then Central is 52. Central just having a bad year. You know, they're just. It's just one of those years where the basketball team doesn't mesh. The kids play hard. They're just not. It's just nothing's clicking. So Central won't be in the playoffs, but we got a chance to have the other 4 or 5 in the playoffs.
And looking at some of the other teams in Walker's schedule, who Walker played that was in the top 25, Walker has played Dedham Springs and Live Oak already because of the home and home away, you know, that type of deal. Plus playing in the Livingston Parish tournament. And we've also played East Ascension. That was one of the losses for the Wildcats, losing 49-55. And we also played East St. John, one of the wins for the Wildcats, winning 69-58. And also we played Southwood, another win, 71-60.
And I thought that East St. John win was very impressive. I thought East St. John might have been better than East Ascension. East Ascension, a really good team, but I thought Walker played really kind of sluggish that game when they lost. So we could get a rematch of East Ascension in the playoffs.
All right, and let's look at Division II standings, if you will, the power rankings. In Division II, it is Liberty, number 1 team in the state with a record of 20-4. Of course, Division II is basically the 3A teams, if you will, in their own classification, select, non-select. And there we are. Number 2 is University Lab School at 14-5, so they're right there in the top 2 in the state of Louisiana. So with a power ranking of 40.9 and U Liberty ranking of 33. So the team of state in the top 5 in Division 2, St. Thomas More at number 3, and Archbishop Hannah, which we mentioned earlier, number 4. So we played some of the teams the Wildcats have played in Division 2.
Well, you got St. Michael there at number 7. We beat them 61-53. The number 7 at 12-9. And we played Parkview, and we kind of got ahead of ourselves. Now we won 84-34. If you look last year in the state championship game in Division 3, St. Thomas More beat U High. And those 2 teams are currently 2 and 3. So that top 5 in Division 3 or Division 2 can play with anybody.
Absolutely. So we have our pregame show right now. Of course,
right now you're watching
some technical difficulties here with the junior team right now. And what's going on with the junior varsity game? The Wildcats are up 41-36. There's 30 minutes and 21 seconds left in the junior varsity game. There was a freshman from U High beating in the first game we saw earlier today.
And again, U High is going to be very solid all the way through freshman JV varsity because their freshmen play freshmen. They don't have to play up. And the JV, the sophomores play JV. So we did get a chance to watch the varsity warm up. A lot of good size. And they got 2 guys that can shoot the lights out from the outside. So I think this is going to be a really good test for Walker in this last part of the schedule to see this is a team that they could face. Now, they won't face U High in the playoffs, but a team like this could be that second or third.
Right. Absolutely. So, looking at U High with all their height, and they usually whenever you're that tall, you don't play above your height. Work over here. Right. So what happens with Walker, you have Donald Butler, who is 6'4", but then you also have like Ja'Cory Thomas and some of the other guys on the team, Warren Young. Whenever they play, they don't play 6'3". They play a lot higher because there's a lot of jumping up and a lot of using their athleticism to get up. And I'm like, this guy ain't gonna dunk. Oh my gosh, this guy just dunked.
That's right. And Donald Butler, you said it many times. You call him Superman. He's 6'4", maybe 6'4.5", but he plays about 6'7". I think he can match up with the 6'7". The 2 guys for U High are 6'6". I don't know if they can play as high as Donald Butler, but I know they can play around. So we got buddy Dan Murphy back at home watching us. We got Coach Doomer. I don't know what they're doing. So we got all kinds of stuff going here. a good time.
Yeah. Coming to school, stop by us. Mike Dugan, retired principal.
That's right, a legend, legend in his own mind.
If you need to see Mike Dugan, come to Walker Sporting. He will definitely be here. Doesn't matter what's going on.
Forever, yeah.
So, once again, next broadcast for the boys will be February the 4th versus Live Oak. Then February the 11th, we'll have Scotlandville Horns here, right here on WLFT. And then February 15th will be Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. That will be the last home game on television for the boys. And Clint, what are the playoffs? Should we have any playoff games?
So the playoff will start with the boys February 25th. That'll be the bye-week round, and they'll play again March 1st. And then the quarterfinals will be March 4th. Before taking to the Burton Coliseum for the semifinals and the finals, March 8th through the 12th. We had some a couple of years ago, COVID actually hit right after the state tournament. Last year it was okay, and I suspect this year will be okay as well. So I would suspect the girls, the Walker girls, will be. I mean, you don't want to say punch their ticket, but I've seen a lot of the state until the semifinals. They won't see the top two teams play and some of those guys. And I would say this that Walker boys could find a real tough opponent in the quarterfinals. So I think they'll put an easy round in the first round. Yeah. Usually the second round you get a scrappy team, but not quite. But that third round one that gets you Lake Charles, that's the one where you might get Akron Central or someone with some tradition, maybe a Ruston, and then it's going to get all right.
We're trying to have all those for you right here on WLFT. 117. Of course, you can watch on E-Tail 130. And if you don't have either one of those, you can have your friends and family watch us live anywhere around the world. You go to youtube.com, you search Walker High TV, and watch the game live there as well. So what a great thing the St. Pierre has put together to be able to offer you all these packages to be able to watch the game.
I like the YouTube setup that they have. It's very clear. It's usually going to have a lot of technical issues. I know some people, like I have a buddy that just went to AT&T, so he's not able to watch it on Cox 117 anymore. You can pull it up on YouTube. If you have a smart TV, you can project it on your TV. It's just like watching it on.
Absolutely, and that's what Dan's right now. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Dan's he lives in Mandeville, Covington area over there, and then so he doesn't have Cox 117, so he pulls it up on YouTube, and he has it on his television screen right there. We all have a smart TV at home, so it's really cool that he's able to do that.
We all have a smart TV, but we don't have a smart dance, so I have to get somebody to my house to help me project the TV.
All right, we got about a minute 15 left in this JV game. We're down one. Wildcats are down 1 point, but we need to take our commercial break, and when we take the commercial break, we'll come back and have the athlete of the week also. We'll do that, and we'll have some more breakdown of the game. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back for more Wildcat basketball on WLFT.
Flooding is a major concern for the citizens of the city of Walker. In our city, flooding may occur due to rising streams or rain events that our drainage system cannot handle. All residents and business owners in Walker are at some level of flood risk, and flood insurance is available to help reduce the personal financial impact of a flood, whether your building is in a special flood hazard area or not. Just a few inches of flood water can cause tens of thousands of dollars in damage to your home or business, and a small percentage of flood insurance claims come from moderate to low risk areas. While most disasters are covered under a standard homeowner's policy, flooding is not. And remember, there's a 30-day waiting period from the date of purchase before your policy goes into effect. Therefore, now is the best time to buy flood insurance. Flood insurance claims are paid even when federal disaster assistance is not available. The cost of flood policy may vary depending on how much insurance is purchased, what it covers, and the property's flood risk. You can speak to a licensed insurance agent to get more information on coverage. We encourage you to contact the City of Walker Floodplain Administrator if you have any questions or need assistance with your location to reduce your risk of future flooding.
I didn't know where to start to buy my first house. I knew there were things I needed from the house itself, but I wasn't looking for a house. I was looking for a home to raise my family. I like that Aaron and Joni took the time to educate me on the home buying and selling process, so I knew I was making the right decision for my family. They're both raising their families here, so they knew exactly where I needed to raise mine.
Hey, I'm Erin.
And I'm Jody.
And we can't wait to work with you.
This game is brought to you by Wildcat Productions. You're watching Walker High School basketball.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris will do along with Clint Carver here, and we're ready to watch the end of the junior varsity game. The Cubs are up 42-41, 32 seconds remaining in this contest, so a great game by the junior varsity right here as well.
Yeah, they've been moving the ball well, going in and out. It's a very intense game. U-High's got some pretty good athletes at the JV level, too.
So Walker's having to foul.
Trying to trap there.
A little bit of close contact right there.
Yeah, caught on Glenn Webb, freshman. He's arguing a little bit with the ref. They're going to take him out before he says something he's not supposed to. That'll take about 18 seconds. It looks, I'm not quite sure, but there's a freshman on the JV for U-High, Keelan Moses, and he looks like Dylan Moses. For those of you that have followed U-High football, Dylan Moses originally committed to LSU. He went to Alabama, was one of the best players on Alabama's linebacker. He'll probably be one of the first 20 picks of the draft. This looks a lot like his little brother. But him and number 4, they got Trushawn Bush, another freshman. He's the one at the line right now. Very good-looking freshman.
All right. We have a timeout by the Cubs. They'll take one. And then we'll talk about a couple stats for Walker. Walker comes in with an overall record, once again, of 20-5. The Cubs come in 14-5. And the Wildcats' leading scorer is going to be Warren Young Jr. Does a great job. He's actually the point guard for the Wildcats, and he can shoot it from the outside and shoot it from the inside. He's very versatile.
You know, we had a guy a couple of years ago, Jalen Cook, who's dominating over there at Tulane. Warren Young reminds me a little bit of like Jalen. He handles the ball very well. Shoots the ball. He's 30% from the point range. He's 69.6 from the free throw range. So he's your all-around dynamic guy. Then you got Donald Butler, obviously. Also have like Tim Johnson, and I was corrected Dan. Dylan Moses already the NFL. He was last year. So, you know, time runs out there when you're in COVID. I think I lost like 2.5 years of my life. You don't just forget how fast things are going. It looks like, you know, from the size of his little brother, he may be faster later.
And looking at the Wildcats as far as free throw percentage, interview with Hero. But the interview didn't come through. We've been having some technical difficulties this year, but we're working through it. Every time we have a reduction meeting, we say we're ordering this, we're ordering all this new equipment. We know that the audio is not the best that it can be right now, but we're all working on it. And whenever the new audio comes in, we will have much better microphones and everything else. So we're all working on getting it up. But when I did speak to Coach Skiro, we did talk about something. He said one of the things he wants to improve on, and that is their free throw percent shooting. And so the Wildcats aren't lighting up, if you will, through the free throw line. And Warren Young being the top free throw shooter for the Wildcats is just at 69%, but then it really drops off to that.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. It wasn't a big deal against Parkview because we were up by 30, but the free throw shooting has been dismal, I guess. But they've been working on it lately, and the numbers starting to go up. Before they only had one guy over 50%. Now they got 2 guys over 50%. Fisher Fontenot, they've got Brandon Bordalis, Kedrick Brown, and obviously Warren Young. Now, Bordalis, more defensive type of guy. He's 100% from the free throw line, and he is 40% from the three-point line. So you'll see him as a 6th man come in, and when he's in, if he gets the hot hand, he can run it up there pretty good.
So when you're looking at free throw percentage, you're looking at the starters, Warren Young with 69%, Kedrick Brown 59%, and Donald Butler 42%, Ja'Cory Thomas 47%, TJ Scott 41%. So right at 50% mark, you really want your guys to get the line and at least be above 50% every time you shoot free.
And really you want to get to that 57 to 60%. That's about average. you got Donald Butler, who is okay to have a 50% because he's going to get you so many points in the paint. But when you got P.J. Scott, these guards, they need to shoot better from the line. And Coach Skiro is addressing that. We got 7 seconds left. They're going to have to foul them.
They do foul him.
Yeah, you can hear Coach Barry in the background getting pretty animated. 7 seconds left. They weren't fouling. Now you got a 2-point lead for U-High with 4 seconds left. He makes both of them, it's over. But if he misses one, we got a shot.
Right. If they make both of them, then they don't even have to inbound it.
Yeah.
I mean, they could whatever. We'll see how it plays out here. We'll watch the junior varsity game here. Makes the first one. So now the Cubs are up by 3 with 4 seconds remaining. And Coach Barry making sure he's got 2 timeouts remaining. And
he misses the second one. 4 seconds.
4 seconds. And now we have a timeout with 3.2 seconds, and they'll have the ball down the far end of the court. But hey, you try to do something to make your kids have a shot.
Yep.
And then you don't have to worry about getting past the arc. You just got to get to the arc to have a chance to tie it up. That's what the play is going to be.
The 3.2 seconds doesn't seem like a lot of time, but that's an eternity on the last second shot. So they'll run some kind of pick and roll. They'll hit somebody at the top of the key, maybe even have time for one more pass, and then air it up. It's got to be a three-pointer, though. You can't go underneath.
Right. So let me ask you this, Clint. So you're the ball guy.
Yep.
So what is U-High going to do? Are they going to be settling behind the line here and just block the
Yes. So U-High's going to set up a perimeter defense and guard the three-point line. The problem is they can't foul. So the coaches, it's kind of a two-edged sword. They're going to guard the three-point shot, let them go underneath if they want, but they can't foul. Because if you foul, we're going to get three free throws. So
right.
Tough and dynamic. You can see Coach over there, kind of telling them what they do. But when they come out, they'll be guarding the perimeter.
All right, and that was going to lead me into one of my next topics that we talk about the Wildcats, being 20-5. One of the keynote things for the Wildcats is that we are a pretty good three-point shooting team. So when you got 4 guys that can shoot the three, and then Donald Butler will be the dominant guy inside. But looking at 3-point percent shooters, we'll look at that in the second half of the game ends here. They inbound, the Wildcats do. Here's the three-point shot at the buzzer. Just off the back of the rim, gave it a shot. Wow, what an exciting game, but you couldn't draw it up any better, so congratulations to Mr. Barry there. He had the perfect play. He got the ball in one of the cans and had a shot at the buzzer.
And they ran it well. He ran a little pick off the end. It was wide open. Got a good look and almost put it in there.
Yep. So once again, the Cubs win this one 44-41, and that's the junior varsity game. We'll put 10 minutes on the clock, and we'll let the varsity warm up as well. But the Wildcats, as far as three-point shooting, the Wildcats, Warren Young, 32% from three-point land. Kedrick Brown, 42% from three-point land. P.J. Scott, 25. Jacory Thomas, 28. And Donald Butler doesn't really shoot from the outside, but we got all these guys that can shoot from three-point land. And that really adds a new dynamic to a team that usually tries to dominate inside.
Defensive key is ball movement. Don't take the first three-point shot you get, but try to work the ball around, and then if Donald Butler's covered, then you have the ability to shoot.
We'll see you next week with more outstanding student athletes.
So we have the athlete of the week video being shown here in the stadium, and so there's Coach Haley Westmoreland.
Haley Fletcher now. I'm sorry, Haley Westmoreland.
And she's the head softball coach for the Lady Cat softball. And I tell you what, the Lady Cat basketball team has a great chance to win state championship. Also, the Lady Cat softball team has a great chance to win state as well. But we're talking about other sports. We got a video presentation we're going to get back to from the studio. The athlete of the week. I don't think we've got to that yet. So if we're ready back in the studio, let's do the athlete of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please turn your attention to the scoreboard for our presentation of our Student Athletes of the Week. Let's show some love for these outstanding Walker Wildcats. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next week with more outstanding Student Athletes of the Week.
Welcome back to Walker High School, and it is jamming in here, man. I'll tell you what, Mr. St. Pierre has spared no expenses when it comes to sound in this brand new gym here at Walker High School.
Well, we had the opportunity, we were in here today, we had a college signing, so we had soccer, girls softball, and boys baseball, and they had it blaring in here, they had all the videos going, it was an awesome scene.
And the big video board we just got up, talking to Mr. St. Pierre, he said the old video board we had was 3 pixels every 16 millimeters. This new board is 3 pixels every 3 millimeters. So it's like 3 times as bright and as vivid, and it looks fantastic. I can't wait till we get them both synced together so we can watch the game on either side.
Yeah, that's coming. They do have it working. It's like watching an HD TV, man. This is an unbelievable setting. I'm planning on hosting 3 girls games here, playoff, and 3 boys playoff games here. And this is going to be an absolute beautiful atmosphere when it's packed and rocking.
So we're watching both of these teams warm up here. The U High Cubs to our left and the Walker Wildcats to the right. Of course, the music's playing, and the atmosphere at Wildcat Gym is just amazing. If you ever get a chance to come out here and see a game live and in person, it's really worth it.
I've been to 3 games where my daughter was not cheering and I was not doing the TV. And my wife kept saying, why do you want to go watch a game? You don't have a kid playing, you don't have a kid cheering. I was like, I just love the atmosphere. It's open, it's inviting, it's lit up, it's well done with the sound. It's just a great atmosphere for high school basketball.
Next game for the Wildcats will be versus Live Oak. That will be right here at Wildcat Gym. Then February the 8th, they will travel to Zachary to take on the defending state champions and the #1 team in the state right now, Zachary Broncos. February the 11th, they'll play another district game versus Scholarville right here at Wildcat Gym. It will be on WLMT. You'll be able to watch it live here. Then February the 15th, February the 11th, the Scholarville game has been changed. That's been moved to February the 16th. So they have to change the schedule around. It will be the day after the Denham Springs game, February the 15th. And then February the 18th, the Wildcats will go on the road to take on Central, a team that's 2-18 right now. And then after that, we start the playoffs.
Well, people have been asking why are we not doing the Zachary game on TV. These games are already planned out. We don't know who's going to be the #1 team, and we're trying to balance out as best we can. This will be a really good game tonight, and we've got the Zachary game coming up. It won't be on TV.
It'll be at Zachary, too. That's what happens with that. About 6 more minutes for both teams to warm up. We'll have the playing of the Star Springer banner and introduction of both of the teams here. And if you've ever seen a light show like Mr. St. Pierre has here, it is very much impressive. So all the lights in the gym are not just lights where you turn them on and off. They're actually computer control where you can make the lights do anything you want to. He has one of the whiz kids from the digital media class who's very much into electronics and computers at the same time. So whenever the starting lineups happen, the lights turn all green or they'll flash and they're moving a certain way. And it's just really a cool thing to see here.
It's, like I said, spared no expense. The lights cut on and off, and they do this little dance. So great atmosphere, and I'm excited about this game. I think this is going to be a really good test and a good matchup. Let's see if Walker can improve on their free throw percentage. They can move the basketball around, work Donald Butler inside, see what happens.
Looking at the playoff bracket from last year, Walker was a 15 seed. Made it all the way to the semifinals, taking on Zachary, and Zachary beat him 58-44. And of course, Zachary goes on to win the state championship last year. But the point is this, that even Walker's a 5 seed or a 15 seed, with Coach Hero, the head coach here, and it doesn't really matter who's on the team. We got a great coach, and he knows how to get them to win and keep advancing.
Yeah, that experience and that coaching, you can't put a quantitative measure on it. You just get in the playoffs. I mean, they have been with Lake Charles 4 years in a row. I mean, that's amazing. So all these kids have been with Lake Charles multiple times. And if they can just not run into some kind of a buzzsaw when they can't shoot, they got a good shot to get back this year.
Looking at the bracket for Division II last year, it it was University Lab going all the way to the finals, and they lost in the finals to St. Thomas More. And not just going to the finals, University Lab was the number 1 seeded team in all of Division II, so made a good run. And of course, the history that we got from their website, great history at University High with all the different players who have played over there. Glenn Dorsey, Glenn Davis. I'm thinking of football now. Big Davey Davis, yeah.
So, U-High won the state championship in 02 and 04. In 03, they lost in the finals. Those 3 years, they had Big Baby Glenn Davis and Garrett Temple, both played at LSU. They went 32-4, 35-2, 33-3. That was a good basketball team. And you look at 2014, 15, and 16, Coach Joe Spence won 3 straight state championships. This team knows how to win, and this coach knows how to win.
And you got a tall tale for them to win because you got Liberty High School, which is also a select school. And Liberty High School went to the semifinals last year. Because Liberty High School won the East Patrick Parish basketball championship in East Scotlandville. And they're the number 1 seeded team. And they're in the same division, Division II. So that would be a huge task to beat them. And of course, Liberty's beating Walker as well.
Liberty's loaded. They got a new school. That was Lee High School. Now they're a brand new school. They get a lot of good players there. I can't comment on U-High yet. We haven't seen them. If you look at tradition, U-High, St. Thomas More, Scotlandville, Liberty. That's your 4 best teams right there.
And it was 2020, looking at the Wildcats' history in the brackets, if you will. 2020, Walker was a number 9 seed and went all the way to the semifinals and lost to Bonneville 60-65. And that's that weird situation, y'all. If you remember, Walker plays Bonneville. The gym is packed. The next day, they didn't allow anybody in the gym. If you remember that, of course, you all know how that plays out and everything else. For 2019, Walker having a great year. Jalen Cook, senior year, junior year, excuse me. They were number 3 seed and making all the way to the finals, lost to Thibodeau. And of course, in 2018, one of the Wildcats won the state championship as a number 4 seeded team and made it all the way to the finals as well. Taking on Landry Walker and won that game in overtime, 62-57.
People forget because all they remember is that Walker won the state championship, and that's all great. Walker was down 9 points with less than a minute in a state championship game. And a fella by the name of Brian Thomas, who was a freshman, absolutely took over, carried them into overtime, was the MVP of that game. And I'm telling you, I just got chills talking about it. That was one of the greatest experiences I've had as a fan of competition.
Absolutely. There is the buzzer, which means we have about 1 minute before the introductions. The lights will go off. We'll go silent for all the introductions of all the players. The Star Springer banner. We're ready for a good one. You got the 4 ranked team in the state of Louisiana in 5A versus the number 2 ranked team in the state of Louisiana in Division II. So this should be a great game, and we'll have to see if the Wildcats can hold on to this one and come out with a victory here tonight.
And there's kind of a difference in teams real quick before they do the announcements. Walker likes to play fast. I think the press, whereas U-High sometimes are going to the half-court zone and just kind of slow the game down. So we'll see which one wins out as they get going here in about 15 seconds.
Great crowd on hand here tonight for a Wednesday. Happy Groundhog Day to everybody over there.
Did he see a shadow?
6 more weeks of winter.
Of winter. Starting tomorrow. We got some weather coming in, so bundle up, wrap the pipes in.
I read the Louisiana version of that with the Rougarou season shadow, 6 weeks of prophecy.
Cubs and your Walker Wildcats. At this time, would you please stand, remove your caps, and wait for the playing of the national anthem. for the U-High Cubs. At guard, number 1, Colin Coates. At another guard, number 2, Seth Mays. At a forward, number 5, Daryl Hurst. At the other forward, number 24, Zarian James. At center, number 33, Cooper Coates. Starting lineups for your Walker Wildcats. At guard, junior, number 4, Kedrick Brown. At the other guard, senior, number 30, PJ Scott. At the other guard, junior, number 14, Warren Young Jr. And at forward, junior, number 10, Ja'Cory Thomas. And at center in the middle, senior, number 12, Donald Butler.
All right, there is the pageantry of Walker High School.
Great work.
It's unbelievable. This is a great place to be. Of course, we got that new screen up there in the corner. Super bright, super vivid. It looks fantastic. Super loud.
Better high school basketball highlight video. Go. You won't find it. That was amazing.
That was extremely good. Yes, it is. So we're ready to get started. Chris will go along with Clint Carter. We're ready to jump things off here. Number 1, Colin Coates will be doing the honors. And, of course, he'll be going against Mr. Donald Butler. And we'll have to see this matchup. 8 minutes on the clock. Got Mr. Austin Free working the scoreboard. He does a phenomenal job. Keeps track of every single person's points and fouls. And as soon as somebody switches in and out, he never misses a beat. It's fantastic on the scoreboard. And Donald Butler controls the tip with a little bit of count there to start the game.
It goes out of bounds, so we control the tip, but they get the ball. So they'll get it in the second half. We'll see what happens. Walker's going to come out and press. Man-to-man, which they've done that the last 3 games. They come out man-to-man early, setting a tempo of aggression.
All right, we'll set the offense here. Number 2 is going to be Seth Mays. Number 1 is Colin Coates working the inside there. And a little bit of pressure there by Warren Young. And now we have a jump ball with Warren Young Jr. causes the turnover.
Great job on the defensive end, not fouling right there. Colin Coates got in a little bit of trouble. Instead of fouling, we get the jump ball and get the ball back. As you see, U-High's going to go a half-court set here. Looks like might be in man-to-man.
PJ Scott with number 3. He will run some point guard along with Warren Young. A 3-point shot. Warren Young Jr.
Warren Jr. high 3-point shooter team. Oh, missed press. That's going to be Daryl Hurst, first 2 points of the game.
Daryl Hurst, a sophomore for the Cubs. He goes up and scores. And now the Wildcats are trying to set their offense. Kedrick Brown, the full feature number Donald Butler, number 12, Superman. Because of his ability to fly. Whenever he makes a dunk, you're going to see him fly. And it's like he's in slow motion when he does.
Yep.
Ja'Cory Thomas under the goal, shooting for scores.
If they're going to keep running that man-to-man, you're going to see Donald Butler and Ja'Cory Thomas have a big game.
Zarian James, number 24 for the Cubs, senior guard.
tall guard, listed at 6'5". He's about 6'4" on a guard spot. Walker staying in the man-to-man. They feel like they can match up athletically with these guys.
And here, Coach Joe Spencer marking out the plays for his team there. Good athletic move there by Keeper Brown. Tipping the ball, and now let's see if you can get it here. Ball goes out of bounds.
You know, a lot like football, you got to settle in that first minute of the game, get used to the speed. Looks like you guys are a little bit overwhelmed by the athleticism of Walker, but I bet you they settle in here in the next 35, 45 seconds.
So normally it's Warren Young running the point. This time it'll be P.J. Scott.
Yeah, when they run that man-to-man, they want Warren Young moving as he was right there, just like sloppy turnover.
And it's a good thing you can have two people that can run the point guard, P.J. Scott and Warren Young. And, of course, that's probably what they've seen, the Cubs have seen on film this whole year. And then Coach Skiro showing them a little bit of different.
And it doesn't look like U High has a true point guard either.
There by Seth Mays, three-pointer.
Mays' first shot of the game goes in, 6'3" junior. Nice touch from the outside.
We are tied at 5 right now. You can tell both of these teams are in the upper echelon of basketball here in Louisiana by the way the game is already starting out, and of course it's methodical right now.
Very athletic, very disciplined, fundamental, good ball movement. Donald Butler moving in the paint, going up against a sophomore in Cooper Coates. Running that looks like they're running maybe a 1-2-2.
Tries a slam dunk and he cannot get it to go.
But there's positive there, Chris. There was good ball movement and an open dunk. He just missed it. I don't think he'll miss that again.
Methodically running the offense from Coach Skiro there.
Didn't see a lot of selfish shots. Good ball movement. And of course, they're going to press.
The Cubs get the ball safely across. Brown tips it, and he'll go the other way. Shoots, lays in, and they're going to call a charge against Keepick Brown.
I thought that guy was moving, yeah.
Team foul number 1.
We saw that in the JV game. We saw a couple of charges that we didn't think might be charges, but hey, they're giving us the charge on that one.
5-5 is our score here. They'll safely across to Mays. Feeds inside to Cooper. Coates with the lay-in.
Yeah, nice little feed right there. Cooper lays it off the glass. His first 2 points of the game. Sophomore, 6'6". He's listed at 6'6", but I think Cooper's more about 6'5", probably.
Good look. Working inside to Ja'Cory Thomas. And he gets blocked from behind, but he will draw the foul. Foul goes against 33. Cooper Coates, his first team foul number 1.
Yeah, not a real good foul by Cooper, but at least he didn't let him put it in the bucket. Put him on the line, and that's where Walker, if they have a weakness, that's where it's at.
We're not able to get any stats on the Cubs about, how their free throws and who the leading scorers were, but we did get, a lot of stats for the Wildcats.
Corey Thomas under 50%, he misses the first. That's about right, 50% for the year. You'll see Walker press here. U-High doesn't want to pick the ball up. Good ball movement, and now Walker gets a turnover.
Corey passes it off to Keepick Brown, and Brown scores. He gets on the board.
Transition points, transition points, transition points. That's Walker's name of the game. You're not going to run with Walker. You're going to have to slow it down. Cooper doesn't want to dribble. You can see him look at the pass. U-High's really struggling. They get the ball at the top of the key, which is normally a comfortable position. Walker is really pushing them into a turnover spot.
Riley Small checks in for the Cubs as Darryl Hurst checks out. Small, a sophomore.
Pretty good shot from the outside in the warm-ups to Small. He's in there to shoot.
There's James. Of course, that tall guard we mentioned earlier. Given a lot of respect as the Wildcats are letting them set up the offense, and they're waiting to take advantage as it becomes available. And now we have a foul going to be called against the Wildcats. Goes against 14. That's going to give Warren Young his first team foul number 2.
It was on the floor. It looks like Mays, number 2 for U-High. He's going to be their most athletic, their Donald Butler, if you will. Watch for them to try to get him in space. Here he comes to the top. There he is, Mays.
Mays from 3-point. ran, and he drained it. The junior drains the shot. We have a injury on the court right now as Kedrick Brown is very slow to get up.
Walking tender on that left ankle. Been bothered by some injuries, the last probably 2 weeks.
Anthony Baham, the trainer here at Walker High School, been here for quite a long time, does a great job of tending to the athletes, and he actually teaches a class on how to become a sport trainer here at Walker High School.
Mordalis is coming in. You'll see him. They'll work the ball to him for an open shot, kick it out to the three-pointer.
Donald Butler back out to Warren Young. Misses the three-point shot, rebounded by Colin Coates, and Coates will bring it down. Over to Mays, again, just off the mark. And Cooper Coates tries to save it, but hits the back of the backboard.
Yeah, he was just trying to throw it in and got a little unlucky bounce there. Cooper Coates and Colin Coates are brothers, obviously. Cooper the younger, he's a sophomore. Their dad, Sam Coates, was a really good basketball player in South Louisiana about 100 years ago.
Wildcats trail 10-8, and then there's Donald Butler. He'll draw the foul and misses again very close. The foul goes against 33. Cooper Coates, his second, team foul number 2.
I think Cooper's going to check out here. That's 2 quick ones on Cooper. I see Hodo, 11, junior, 6'4", coming in for Cooper after this first shot. First time Walker's been trailing that I've been at a game in a while.
Donald makes the first free throw.
And just on cue, Joseph Hodo, number 11, checks in for Cooper Coates. 2 quick fouls on Coates.
Butler, a 42% free throw shooter. Shoots and misses the second.
You'll see him hover around that 50% mark, and they really need to improve on that.
Joseph Hodo in there for the Cubs, and he passes it off.
That's going to be
made by Small.
Riley Small. Nice ball movement right there by the Cubs.
So now they'll put...
Don't dribble.
Ja'Cory Thomas under the goal score, so Ja'Cory now with 5 points.
You can hear Coach in the background say, there he is. Ja'Cory Thomas made a good cut, wide open, good look right there. Looks like the refs are letting him play a little bit. A lot of banging going on.
Colin Coates drives in the lane and shoots. Misses just off the mark inside of 2 minutes now in the first quarter. And Warren Young loses the handle under the goal.
Yeah, a little uncontrolled there. You see Coach Kiro tell him, hey, slow down when you're in the paint. Off his knee, but the Walker Wildcats going to retain possession.
Wildcats setting up their offense here, and they get it safely out to Scott. Scott with a three-point shot, and he drains it. P.J. Scott for 3.
And now that Walker's going to pull back and pick up man-to-man at half court. Nice shot by P.J. Scott, senior guard.
Hodo passes over to Small, so Coach Spencer using a couple of Cubs he had on the bench to kind of diversify his offense, if you will. Getting some new looks in there.
And you can see the size of the Cubs.
So James drives and scores, and he draws the foul as well. Foul goes against 14, Warren Young, his second, team foul number 3, and that'll bring James to the line for his and 1.
We'll have a chance at a three-point play. Sarah James, 6'5", senior. It's hard to see height on TV, but you know Donna Butler is a strong 6'4". You can see when other guys are next to him that they got 3 guys 6'4" better. The Cubs, that is.
Butler comes in with 161 rebounds. He'll get another one added to that total. Butler does a great job of using his height and his jumping ability. This one just in and out. And it will be rebounded by Hodo.
Yeah, not a bad look by P.J. Scott. Just didn't fall.
James drives, puts a little shoulder in. Mays now will work around the arc. Feeds in quick. Hodo can't find the basket right into the goal. Good job defensively by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Butler with a clean block right there. Nice job of floating. Oh, and this is an easy layup. Warren Young wants to get that one back.
Let's see, at least 3 shots under the goal the Wildcats have missed.
And you run that man-to-man, so all these cuts to the basket are going to be open. We just got to make them fall.
Tied with less than 30 seconds remaining here.
Maybe Walker works for the last shot. And again, Warren Young, a little bit loose with the basketball, but he's in the paint and he's open. Yeah,
Wildcats need to sharpen things up here.
Yeah.
A little bit. They're kind of playing a little bit, not necessarily sloppy, just not sharp.
Yeah, he's playing hard, but he's just a little out of control. He's normally a lot calmer when he's got the ball. He'll clean that up here in the second quarter.
Down to 12 seconds for our end of the first quarter. And Donald Butler comes out. And a big shot that time by Colin Coates. And does fall with the basket. The Cubs lead 17-14 after one quarter. You're watching Wildcat basketball on WLFT. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
When you call ALE Plumbing, it means heated dirty job done right. ALE is locally owned and operated right here in Walker. They are a proud supporter of Walker High. ALE offers 24-hour repair service covering a wide variety.
I didn't know where to start to buy my first house. I knew there were things I needed from the house itself, but I wasn't looking for a house. I was looking for a home to raise my family. I like that Aaron and Joni took the time to educate me on the home buying and selling process, so I knew I was making the right decision for my family. They're both raising their families here, so they knew exactly where I needed to raise mine.
Hey, I'm Erin.
And I'm Joni.
And we can't wait to work with you.
Here at Sleep City, we're so excited about partnering up with the Walker High Wildcats.
For over a decade now, I've been helping customers find a more personalized sleep experience through selecting a new mattress. At Sleep City, we have a new PowerCool mattress which literally blows cold air as you sleep. If personalized comfort is your thing, try our new Instant Comfort mattress. Here at Sleep City, we treat our customers like friends and family. We know that when you come here, you're looking for a good mattress and a great deal. I'm Trevor Hinkle, and I want you to know that's a promise we can deliver.
I'm Donald Butler and watching Wildcat basketball.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris will do along with Clint Corver. You're watching the Wildcats and the Cubs here. 17-14, a very closely contested first quarter here.
Pretty good first quarter. Coach with the three again. Good rebound by Mays.
Mays shoots off balance, kind of goes backwards a little bit, but still under control to get the basket. Now a 5-point lead by the Cubs.
And that's 8 points by Mays. I really like him. He has got a nice touch, whether he's outside or inside.
Bordalis, that's Brandon Bordalis, the junior.
There's Warren Young. That was much more controlled, and now we got our boy back.
Warren Young now with 5 points.
That was a lot cleaner.
Coach may need that little break, a little talk to Coach Skeeter to get things worked out there and calm him down, you know. There's a lot of X's and O's, but there's also a lot of mental stuff with coaching. Of course, you do one of the best jobs with it as far as baseball goes.
I appreciate that. And, that's exactly true. When the game moves so fast, you can get out of your element. I think one was just a little bit off and needed to be calibrated. Now he's ready. Darren Host is checking in.
Yeah, James will check out. James checks out. A little bit of contact over there with Ja'Cory. Ja'Cory bouncing off again of Colin Coates.
Yep, they're letting him bump.
Mays again shoots a little bit over the mark. Ono shoots a little bit off the mark as well. So it's not just the Wildcats missing under the goal, the Cubs are too.
And everybody's got to settle in here. I thought that was a foul. Got away with one. Again, they're letting them play, Chris. They're setting the tempo of how they're going to call this game.
Ono under the goal shoots, and this one goes in and out as well. They got the numbers. And the Cubs steal it. Mays will have to set up their offense a small will run the point now. Smalley, sophomore, 6 foot. Trying to feed inside, and the Wildcats get the steal again.
Yeah, a while ago, Donald Butler was trying to dribble, and he tried to look up, and he just lost control. Now you see Walker settle in, try to run some tempo here.
Warren Young shoots, and another one. That's at least 5 the Wildcats have missed in the paint. And this time he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, Mordalis with a great rebound. Little man under there blocking out.
Foul goes against Colin Coates, his first. Team foul number 3, and then that'll send Warren Young to the line. His first trip to the line tonight.
There's a difference between playing fast and playing tempo. They have to settle into the whip speed they're normally going to play at, but they're just playing a little bit too fast right now.
And being consistent about the below 50% free throw shooting team, the Wildcats have not made both free throws yet.
You know, I don't go to their practices. You wonder how much they put on the free throw, but they've struggled all year. Now, Warren Young has not. Warren Young's almost at 70%.
Right.
So you should make this
69.4%, and he does make the second.
Warren Young is a high-level athlete. He's going to settle in here. He'll be all right.
Warren Young averaging 19.4 points per game. And we'll have to see how he picks it up from this point on. And 19.4 as a junior as well, so we'll have him back next year, one of the key producers for the Wildcats. James back in for the Cubs. Out to Hurst. Hurst shoots a three-pointer and nails it.
That's 5 for Hurst, and the U-High starting to heat up a little bit. Walker's getting open looks against this man-to-man defense. They just got to put it in the basket. There you
Just
go.
like that, Donald Butler scores from in the lane. Donald with 3 points.
And we talked about this in the pregame. If you couldn't hear us, you got to get Butler in the paint. That was a good look. He can out-athletiциze this defense.
Small works it again. And you can really see both teams methodically working their offense, except right there whenever James got a little greedy. I'm sure Coach Spencer didn't want that three-point shot. Another block under the goal there.
Kedrick didn't have that look. He probably should have kicked it out. James is going to push it.
James over to Hurst. Hurst shoots and makes the three-pointer. Darrell Hurst, the sophomore, getting hot from three-point land.
8 for Hurst. He is the hot hand. Keep feeding that man. He's listed at 6'2", but I don't think he's that tall. See, easy baskets, Chris. That's been all day. If they were shooting at 70%, they'd be up by 10. Starting to fall a little bit for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats can get more consistent in the lane. They add 5 more shots, and they got 10 more points, and they're winning. But, you know, it is what basketball is, you know. And we have a foul going to be called there. So the foul will be against Kedrick Brown, his second, team foul number 4.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on it, but we're going to get the looks in the paint against this man-to-man defense. Walker's got to slow down, get the open shot, and put it in the basket. The last 2 shots have gone. We'll see how it plays out the rest of the way. But you guys here to play. This game's going to come down to the last minute.
U-High will work their offense in the lane, and shooting is Darrell Hurst. They called it at the elbow for another basket.
You talk about playing tall. He's not real tall, but he probably plays 6'2". He got up, nice little touch, and Hurst with 10 points already early in the first half.
Clubs are starting to come out with the guards, meeting the guards around the perimeter.
Good. Kick it back out. Take your time. There's no shot clock.
No.
There it is. Good look. Go up.
Donald Butler scores.
Patience. Yep. Patience and keep. You saw they could have took 2 shots, but they kept working the ball. Nice job by the Wildcats. Nice hands by Ja'Cory Thomas.
If this team is doing a lot better at team activities, which means running the offense and not being selfish and just taking shots when they want to, they can see it. They can see it materialize, and they can see it.
But hey, you've always said that with referees, umpires, and basketball refs, they're going to set the tempo early and what they're going to allow, and they're allowing them to bang in the paint. So, and then that benefits us because we've got a very strong team down low.
and then both teams have to adapt to how the officials are calling. Donald Butler, Superman, gets up and gets one.
PJ Scott with great ball movement. They're going to take a timeout.
We have a timeout. We'll take a break with them. You're watching Wildcat Basketball on WLFT.
Drop, yo.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Lou along with Clint Carver. Next broadcast, February the 4th. Live Oak Lady Eagles come to town to take on the Lady Cats, and then the Live Oak Eagles will take on the Walker Wildcats. Doubleheader action for you right here on WLFT. Dan Murphy will be bringing you the girls' action, and Clint Carver right here to my left will be bringing you the boys' action. It should be a great night of action here at Wildcat Gym in Walker this Friday.
New high with great ball movement, very patient even against the man-to-man push. Walker's cut the lead to 2.
James looking for somebody to pass it off to, being closely guarded by Warren Young over to Collins.
Good rebound by Hodo. Lost the handle.
Donald Butler shoot. Flies through the air. Donald Butler starting to get hot now with 9 points.
Donald Butler against man-to-man has to be your team leader in points. Keep feeding him down low. He's just a better athlete.
And the Wildcats have tied it up with Donald Butler's last basket. And great atmosphere. Hurst shoots and makes another 3. Hurst is on fire with 13 points early in the game.
Daryl Hurst. Wow, 13 points in a hurry.
Get on the alley-oop. There it is. Ja'Cory Thomas, 7 points. And that's what we talked about, the Wildcats playing a lot taller than what they're listed as far as their height goes. Ja'Cory Thomas really got up and slammed that one home.
Yeah, you guys trying to come matches at half court. They got to get down low, or we're going to eat them up in that all night. And the momentum is shifting, Chris. The momentum is shifting.
It's definitely chill.
So now Mays checks back in. So you got Mays and Hurst on the court. You got some scores. Watch for U-High to start shooting from the outside. Walker needs to try to take the lead here, down 1 with a minute left. Be patient. Be patient. There's another look. Good look.
Keep it Brown gets up and scores. Wildcats are starting to feel it from the lane now.
Yeah, U-High has got to get somebody low. They are giving up the basket on every possession.
James now looks. Hurst down to Colin Schultz. And he'll draw the foul, and that's a good call right there.
Yep.
Foul goes against Ja'Cory Thomas, his first team foul number 5.
Got to put Coates in line for the first time. He has been playing very tough down low. That's the first time he's gotten the call. We'll see how good he shoots from the free throw line. Down 1 here late in the first half.
Colin Coates, 6'6", senior. 200 pounds. They got him listed as a guard, but I don't think he's a guard. He's more like a forward.
Yep. Makes the first one.
Makes the first. We are tied at 31. And makes the second. 38 seconds remaining until halftime here. Quick moving game here.
Yeah. Very fast pace. You wonder. Oh, I was just about to say.
Warren Young Jr., big 3-pointer. He now has 9 points.
Did you work for the last shot or do you stay hot? Warren Young's starting to feel it, so we stay hot. We're going to come meet him at half court. We'll half court man-to-man. You want to get the ball out of Coach's hand right here if you're the U-High Cubs.
5-second call. There we go. That's what you want. That's why you bring the guards out to meet him, to get the 5-second call. And now the Wildcats will have the last shot.
And I was just saying, you got to get the ball out of Coach's hands because he just can't move fast enough to get around that defense. Nice job by Walker.
Plenty of time here. We're down to 9 seconds. TJ kicks it into Ja'Cory Thomas. Shoots and scores again. 3 Wildcats at 9 points now. And that is the end of the first half. You scored. The Wildcats have come back 36-32. We're at halftime. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more Wildcat basketball on WLFT.
Are you uncomfortably hot all day? Constantly dripping in sweat? Are you having a hard time with your AC? Kent's is what you need. At Kent's HVAC, we have many services to offer, such as AC repair, tune-ups, AC installments, and much more. Our locally owned company is proud to provide 24/7 services and send trusted employees to assist with any problems you may have. We make it a priority to give your family the comfort we know you deserve. Call us for all your HVAC needs.
Life's hard. You want to get it right, we want to help. Maybe you feel like Christians are more known for what they're against.
But we want you to know that God is for you, and we are for you.
No matter who you are,
or where you are on life's journey, we have a place for you.
we'd love for you to come and check it out.
Are you tired of local car commercials and their corny one-liners? Well, let's see how many we can fit into 30 seconds. We're exploding with deals. We're taking high prices and kicking them to the curb. And there's a reason we've been the #1 Chevrolet dealer in Baton Rouge for the last 34 years. Because we have a huge selection of vehicles in flashing text, including the Equinox, the Traverse, the Malibu, and much more. So come and see us today or visit online and let us find the vehicle that's perfect for you.
You're watching Walker High School basketball, brought to you by Wildcat Productions.
Back to Walker High School, this is doing along with Cliff over here. Wildcats enjoying a 36-32 lead here, and what the game is exactly about.
That's what we expected. We got exactly what we expected. We always said, how would Walker respond to a team that can shoot from the outside and has some height down low? And you have all down low, they can shoot from outside. And it got them. It got them early. They were down early. And then against the man-to-man defense, they started working the offense against Donald Butler, Warren Young, Corey Thomas down low. And I think you guys going to have to adjust to that, which should open up the top of the key. And they'll just keep adapting. Coach Skiro will see what they're doing. But right there, great job on the Walker Wildcats to close that deficit and take a 4-point lead in the halftime.
Looking at the scores for the Wildcats, it was Kedrick Brown with 6 points. A very balanced attack here. Corey Thomas, 9 points. Donald Butler, 9 points. Warren Young Jr., 9 points. And P.J. Scott with 3.
For the Cubs, you had Colin Coates with 5. Seth Mays with 8. Riley Small with 2. Darrell Hurst, who got extremely hot in the second quarter, has 13. Then you have Darren James with 2 and Cooper Coates with 2.
So, both teams, Walker comes in at number 5. Seeded team in the power ranking. I keep forgetting we moved up a spot since the last broadcast. Number 4 in 5A, and of course U High is number 2 in Division 2. And so this game is everything that we all hoped it would be so far. And of course you hear all the music here at the Wildcat Gym and all the things going on. Of course we talked about the big video board. It's absolutely fantastic. Once they get everything linked in together, of course for technically, it's going to be really a cool experience to come here to Walker High School and see it.
Absolutely, and UHigh's not going to be affected by that. They're not going to be affected by the bright lights. They took an early lead, and they're not going to come out scared in the second half. Although Walker had the momentum going into the half, UHigh, like we talked about, they've won 5 state championships in the last 15 years. They know exactly what they need to do. They got an older team with some leadership. You'll see a pretty good game in the second half as well.
Tell you what, Mr. St. Pierre here, the principal here at Walker High School, Jason St. Pierre, has a great vision for what a school should be with all the stuff we have here in the gym. But of course, that's just a little piece of what happens here at Walker High School with all the different classes and the different opportunities we have for all the students here. And of course, that's our motto, where opportunities today mean success tomorrow. So some of the things we have here at the school, we have a digital media class. Obviously, they're bringing you this game right now. All the kids bring you all this action. They put together the commercials, the audio, all the video, they run the cameras, and they're learning, and they're constantly doing things like that. We have welding, we have carpentry, we have electrical, we have auto paint and body, we have the FFA class, they do a tremendous job. We have underwater robotics, where you can learn how to work on robots. We have drones, where you can learn to fly drones. You can become a registered drone pilot. Also a forensics class, pharmacy technician. Of course, you have nursing, and of course, you have all the college preparatory classes as well. Where you got advanced placement, dual enrollment, and also we work very closely with the auto technology class at the Literacy Center down the road. A couple of kids go half a day here and a half a day over there. You have sports medicine, as we mentioned, with Mr. Anthony Bayham does a great job. ROTC is phenomenal here at Walker High School. We got Gunny Sergeant Andre Sylvester, and of course Lieutenant Colonel Jason Tubbs. They do a phenomenal job. Both of those guys are incredible. You can take sign language here as a foreign language. You got Spanish, obviously. I mean, most schools have Spanish, depending on where you're located. But you can also take sign language here at Walker High School as a second language. Also, some of the partnerships. Clint, tell us about some of the partnerships and some of the businesses we actually have open on campus.
I was about to say, a couple of weeks ago, they had a snowstorm in Virginia, and some kids got stuck at school. And I remember thinking, well, if we got stuck at Walker High School, we can last for about 10 years. They got everything. We got Neighbors Federal Credit Union on campus. It's a working bank. You can come in, get a loan, whatever you need. Papa John's, Dan Murphy runs our Papa John's. It's on campus. Only buffet in the state with Papa John's. Absolutely phenomenal job. We have a Nike store. We are sponsored by Nike. All the students, all the athletes have to wear Nike. We have a cookie site that's in conjunction with the Nike store. So you can get cookies, you can get cakes, and you can get Nike shirts. And then we have the PJ's Coffee. We have the signing today of the kids. I had to come away from the as a league. I said, I'll call the little girl. This is PJ's Coffee. What do you want? You take your, I got a mocha latte or something. I mean, just if there's negative people everywhere. I say something negative in out. Come check it out yourself. Don't listen to what other people say. You see it. I'll say it every time I'm on the air. Jason St. Pierre is the most persistent principal I've ever seen.
Absolutely. And of course, he mentioned all the businesses are all run by the students here at Walker High School. You got a teacher in every classroom and every business, but it's all the students doing the inventory, the selling product, and everything like that.
Well, I mentioned his talking. So there was a student training a student.
Yeah. All right, we're about 2 minutes away, so we can take our final break. We'll come back with the second half. You're watching Wildcat Basketball on WLFT.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please turn your attention to the scoreboard for our presentation of our Student Athletes of the Week. Let's show some love for these outstanding Walker Wildcats. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next week with more outstanding Student Athletes of the Week.
And then towards the end, every one of them they would call, and they would be like, Frank Rupp. Yeah. Good as Frank Rupp. About a minute and 3 seconds before we tip this off for the start of the second half. I keep saying tip off, some of my 1980s and 70s basketball things. But nonetheless, ready to rock and roll here and continue this game. And what a great crowd we have here on hand. And then, of course, the crowds are just going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you want to see a big crowd come out here Friday with all the stuff we got going on. So what we got going on Friday, Clint?
So we got senior night, girls senior night, 6 o'clock. We got girls varsity basketball at half. We'll have the junior high girls recognized. We'll have the Hall of Fame recognized. And we'll have the 1,000-point scores recognized. At 7:15, the boys tip off. And at halftime, we'll have the junior high boys recognized. So a lot of stuff going on Friday. If you're not going out to dinner, come out to here and just sit and watch basketball all night long.
Absolutely. It will be fantastic. The girls start at 6 o'clock. The boys are starting at 7:15. And we're ready to start this game as well. We're ready to start the second half right now. Here we go. So the Wildcats will control the ball to start the second half. Of course, we have switched sides of the courts. Wildcats will be right here in front of Coach Skiro. Big Donald Butler gets up into the air and flies and scores again. 11 points for Donald.
Coach Joe Spence came all the way down the court. He was so frustrated. You know they worked on that at half to close off that lane. In the first 5 seconds, we get an alley-oop.
James drives, shoots. Donald Butler is hand in the air there. James had to pull up a little short. He couldn't get the shot he wanted.
You just don't jump like Donald Butler. I mean, he can get up.
There's Donald in the lane. Shoots again just off the back of the rim. And they ain't going to make everyone.
Yeah, here we go with Mays going in hard.
Rebound by Hurst. He'll feed into Cooper Coates, and Cooper makes the lay-in.
That's 4 points for the sophomore center.
Warren Young being guarded by Hurst. And the Wildcats will set up their offense again.
P.J. Scott.
P.J. Scott shoots a three-pointer, and he drains yet another one. That's his second three-pointer. He has 6 points.
Yeah, P.J. Scott doesn't shoot a lot, but when he does, he's pretty accurate.
So here the Cubs. Mays drives in again. He'll hand it off to Colin Coates.
The Cubs struggling with the ball at the paint. Colin's got to make that little tap in.
Nope, this was just off the hands of Cooper Coates there. This is a bad pass. Just which way you can handle it good there.
Yeah, Cooper fed his brother Colin down and below the basket. It was a nice, easy lay-in, and he missed it. So the Cubs struggling with the same thing Walker struggled with in the first half. That's allowed us to pull out to a 7-point lead here early in the second half.
Wildcats setting it up again to Donald Butler. The rare trip outside of the arc. Trying to alley-oop again, but Donald couldn't grab it in the air.
Looks like they may have called a foul right there.
Yeah, the referees are conversing, make sure they got the right number. 33 will be a foul on Cooper Coates, his third for the sophomore. Listed at 6'6", and Donald Butler will go to the line again for his second trip. Shoots and missed the first.
Well, he'll make this one because they're all about 50%. You're really going to have to work on that down the stretch. It's like throwing strikes. You can either shoot the free throw or you can't. You practice it, but it's hard to get better at it.
And bounces around a little bit, but he does make the second. Down now with 12 points.
Sarah James early out to Hurst. I'm sorry. Looks like Walker's going to a little man-to-man zone.
Coach drives, make something happen. Corey Thomas doing a good job defensively. Fade away by Colin Coates finds the bottom of the basket. 36-42 our score now.
That was pretty good body movement by Coates. He's got 7. Nice touch.
So we don't hear Coach Skiro really calling out many different plays. I think he has some set stuff he talked about at halftime, and the Wildcats are just continuing to run it. You don't hear him change the plays as it develops. Donald Butler shoots and misses him twice, 3 times. 4th time it goes in.
That's just him jumping. You can see his hand hit the dang rim every time. Uhai was in position. They just can't out-jump him. That's just an athlete.
44-36 now. The Wildcats with an 8-point lead. James shoots just off the mark. Kind of feel like they're forcing a couple of shots on the Cubs.
Yeah.
Not really getting a good look in making shots.
And Colin Coates is in position to make the rebound. He just got out and jumped by Corey Thomas, and that's what's going to happen when you play Walker.
Warren Young at the elbow. Shoots, misses. Colin Coates with the rebound. And Brown with the steal. Warren Young loses his footing. Nice pass though to Thomas.
Very good job.
Anyway.
And Coach Spencer, his team did not turn the ball over in the first half very much, and they have had 6 early turnovers here in the second.
Corey Thomas gets off the mark a little bit too strong. Rebounded by Colin Coates.
Get back, Donald, get back.
Hurst shoots, misses, rebound. And Cooper Coates shoots and scores.
And coach is going to go to the line for a three-point opportunity.
Foul goes against Kedrick Brown, his third, team foul number 1.
Cubs hadn't been to the line very often. This is their 4th trip. They're 2 for 3.
You know, with the Cubs being as tall as they are, you can't just automatically look at one player and say he's going to be their leading rebounder.
Yeah. Well, when you play Walker, they can all jump, so it's all about body position.
Talk about free throws since the Cubs just got from the line. You know, the Wildcats coming in at 20-5 and not a very good free throw shooting team, which means they're doing a lot of other things as well.
That's right. And you mentioned Skiro's not having to coach a lot because we're going against this man-to-man defense, so it's just a lot of high-low ball movement, body movement, not a lot of coaching having to go on. You just have to outplay them.
Look at a miscommunication there by Warren Young and P.J. Scott.
P.J. Scott, you can see him tapping. My bad. He was supposed to go down to what you call the elbow. Came up top. You can see Coach Spencer trying to orchestrate his offense. It's all about execution when you're talking about U-High. When they execute, they score. When they don't, they turn it over.
Walker's really pulling out the guards there. The covers the guy with the basketball. Cooper Coates shoots and makes the three-pointer. Kind of unique to see a 6'6" forward out there making three-pointers.
And he shoots low, but he's very accurate as he's got 10 points. 2 good shots by Coates. And now you start to see U-High getting in the rhythm here as Mays is low.
Mays shoots and lays it in. Warren Young tried a shot very deep from NBA land there for a three-pointer that does not fall. Now, let's see how the Wildcats recover here to set up their offense. Nice tip there by Mays to cause the steal. Mays lays it in. What a nice looking play.
Very athletic play. And timeout by Skiro. Perfect time.
Speaking of time, Skiro calls a timeout. We'll take a break with him. You're watching Wildcat Basketball on WLFT.
30 seconds.
Did you know North Community College has a new facility in Livingston Parish? Whether you are interested in starting a career or looking for a new career, stop by the campus to learn about electrical, welding, nursing, university transfer pathways, and workforce training programs. Financial aid counselors and instructors are available and ready to answer questions and guide you through the enrollment process. Affordable tuition, quality education, and a convenient location. Build your future at North Shore Technical Community College.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux, Clint Carver. I appreciate you letting me get to that intro. Walker had just gave up 6 points in transition. I don't know if they've given up 6 points in transition all year, and they gave it back-to-back possessions. Going to have to clean that up and get back on defense after a turnover.
Brandon Morales checks back in for the Wildcats. Number 22.
U-High's going to force you to take a shot on the outside. They're trying not to give up points in the paint. Can Cooper Coates slide down and get Donald Butler covered, though? That's the question.
Corey in the paint at the free throw line, shoots and scores. And Ja'Cory Thomas with 11 now.
That's the trade-off. If you're going to sag to cut off Donald Butler, you're going to give up Ja'Cory Thomas at the free throw line. Nice job by the Wildcats taking advantage of what they got.
And we are tied once again. Three-pointer by Mays again. Mays now with 15 points on the night.
Guys, you can't help them.
That is, 15 for Mays. And just like that, U-High takes a 3-point lead late in the third quarter. So you're either going to take the ball to the basket or have the free throw line open. Right here, moving. Somebody's open. It's either Thomas or it's going to be Butler. Can't cover both of them.
Backside.
And they are trying to work it inside, like they always do. There's Donald Butler showing a little bit of strength. Man, it's
didn't get the foul call. Like
yeah, didn't get the foul. A little bit of contact too. You're right. And now
there's a lazy foul by
Ja'Cory Thomas. Coates will draw the foul. Foul goes against number 10, Ja'Cory Thomas, his second. Team out number 2.
And Ja'Cory's late getting back. We talked about that back in transition. Colin Coates, not a very good handler of the basketball, just took it coast to coast as he goes to the line. His second time in the line, he is 2 for 2.
Referee's talking in the lane over there, making sure they're on the same page with what's happening here. Cubs trying to get to 50.
Good shot.
And they do.
Colin Coach 3 for 3 from the line. That's where they're going to make some hay, is from the free throw line. 3 points where Walker struggles. U-High has been very good from the line.
Joseph Hodo and Darryl Hurst checking in first time for the Wildcats. Number 32, Jarvis Patterson comes in for number 10, Ja'Cory Thomas.
8 points for Mr. Coates.
Jarvis, a senior for the Wildcats, wearing number 32.
Makes the second one, and he's 4 for 4 from the line.
Watch backside.
For Dallas, now work the ball around. Back over to Warren Young. Not much movement under the goal there. Basically, we're waiting for it to materialize. Donald Butler shoots and misses again.
He's got it. That's the story of the game. They keep missing the ball at the rim.
You're right. Nice block there by Patterson. Great job by Jarvis.
Zarin James with 4 points.
53-46, and then there, Warren Young finally gets his first basket of the third quarter.
They're giving us the rim. We just got to put it in the basket. Nice little floater there by the junior guard. And now they're going to come out and meet Coach. This is where you should get a turnover. They're letting them bang a little bit. Should get a turnover here.
Pass it around. James with 7 seconds now. Hurst. Back to James. 2-1. Nice move. And does not find the bottom of the basket. After 3, you score. Cubs 53, Wildcats 48. We'll take a break. You're watching Wildcat basketball on WLFT.
I didn't know where to start to buy my first house. I knew there were things I needed from the house itself, but I wasn't looking for a house. I was looking for a home to raise my family. I like that Aaron and Joni took the time to educate me on the home buying and selling process, so I knew I was making the right decision for my family. They're both raising their families here, so they knew exactly where I needed to raise mine.
Hey, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Joni.
And we can't wait to work with you.
Here at Sleep City, we're so excited about partnering up with the Walker High Wildcats.
For over a decade now, I've been helping customers find a more personalized sleep experience through selecting a new mattress. At Sleep City, we have a new Power Cool mattress which literally blows cold air as you sleep. If personalized comfort is your thing, try our new Instant Comfort mattress. Here at Sleep City, we treat our customers like friends and family. We know that when you come here, you're looking for a good mattress and a great deal.
I'm Trevor Hinkle, and I want you to know that's a promise we can deliver.
Hey, my name is George, and I love the Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets. It's like me grilling at home. It tastes very similar to that, except the seasoning. I probably can't season it as well as Chick-fil-A does. The chicken's super tender, and honestly, the best nuggets I've ever tasted.
I'm Lady Miller, and you're watching Lady Cat Basketball.
Welcome back to Walker High School. Chris Ledoux along with Clint Carver here. And we're ready for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was a very efficient quarter for the Cubs. They outscored us 21-12 to take the 6-point lead. 5-point lead, I'm sorry.
James setting up the offense there. Nice block there by the Wildcats. Good job, Jarvis. Can Donald Butler make it happen? Yes, he does. Donald Butler with 16 now.
Transition basketball is where Walker makes their money. Nice job of flipping the scripts right there. Cuts the lead to 3. You see them, they're going to press right here with their man. Try to create some confusion.
Hodo back in and scores.
That's Hodo's first points of the game. That's 2 for Joseph Hodo.
Hodo listed at 6'4", junior for the Cubs. Jarvis Patterson over to Kedrick, and that'll be a foul. Foul goes against number 11, Joseph Hodo.
Not a lot of fouls for him. That's his first.
Team foul number 2.
And not a lot of fouls. Very clean game for U-High. And this is where we sound like a broken record. We got to make our points right here. Kedrick Brown, 59% free throw shooter, so a little bit higher than the rest of the team.
Can one Wildcat make both free throws? And the answer is no. So Kedrick, Jacory, Donald, Warren, none of them have made both of their free throws tonight.
And that's points left on the board. You make half of those, you're leading.
Maybe a couple extra bounces will help here.
And it does.
There you go. Kedrick with 7.
Now here comes the full court press. We hadn't seen it in a while. Got to cut him off. Somebody cut him off.
They can go left-handed. He does. Over to Mays. Mays shoots and scores again. Mays now with 18 points for the Cubs. Wow.
Mays has been hot all game. Very effortless touch shot. Nobody put a hand in his face. I thought we were going to press there. All we did was pick him up man-to-man. There was no press. As they're going to trap Walker at the top.
Brown loses the handle. Ball was out of bounds.
Got to control the ball down low. We got to press here.
And they are.
I can't tell if they're pressing or just running a man. Looks like they're just running a man. Yep, see, as everybody's bailing. It's not really a press.
I got you.
There's a steal right there.
Warren Young. Can he get up? And he does. Warren Young Jr.
Even though they're not pressing, they are putting pressure on him by running man-to-man all the way up the court. It's a full court man. Now he's going to try to trap him. Here we go. Here we go.
Nobody there for him to do.
Got it.
Another steal. Didn't see his man up. Now he kicks it out.
Rebound!
Get up there.
Good rebound right there.
Wow.
Got a ball.
Yes. Good job. Kedrick Brown.
Kedrick body up the low. Nice pass right there. That's a big rebound and put back right there for the young man.
58-55, the Cubs lead. Another steal by the Wildcats. O'Donnell. And now it's a charge.
You can't call that a charge. You cannot call that a charge. No, sir.
Foul goes against Donald Butler, his first team foul number 3.
No, sir.
We have a timeout on the board. Cubs will take a timeout. We'll take a break. You're watching Wildcat basketball. WLFT. Welcome back to Walker High School. Some referees over there talking to the student section. Doesn't look like anything's really materializing. Yeah. He knows where St. Pierre's located at, and so he's just over there talking. I don't know what's really happening.
One of our teachers, Coach J.T. Thompson, one of our baseball assistants, going over there. The referee was talking with his hand over his mouth, which is to show you he's not upset. He's just having a conversation. To me, that was a missed call. It was not a charge. It's a big play in the game, and the student section is going to get rowdy. I think he's got a little bit more skin, and you can see he's still talking to the section. This person's not in that. Besides a referee actually calling a tip or throwing somebody out, just having a conversation.
46 playing this concept, and Cubs drive 3 on Wildcats. Our coach brings the ball down.
This is a good win because they made it
right to go. Now with 20 points on the night.
That's how you break the press. It's going to go.
We can always go to Dan anytime he says it was a charge.
Dan says that because I said it was.
Dan is watching at home. We appreciate Dan being there. But just like a football game, nice move there by James. Just like a football game, Dan's microphone not working.
That worked. That's right. Aaron James go to the line. He's going to shoot 2.
Foul goes 12 on his second team on number 4.
Hey, in fairness to Dan, he is at home and watching on TV. I saw it was a charge. I'm going to take his word for it. Aaron James makes his first of 2. He's got a 5-point lead. Dan did have some basketball referee in his day. He says it was a charge. It was a charge.
Trying to set this back up again. Kiro watching. Now he changes the play here. Still yelling out the same offensive play. They have changed it first. If you will, you can hear what's happening. Corey Thomas shoots. He's in a off position. There's the Butler. Scores once again.
That was a momentum shift. He threw that down to say, let's go. Let's take this game. Referee's really letting them play, which I like.
James. Donald Buck with the big block there. Going the other way, keep it Brown. He'll draw the foul. Donald Buck with 23 blocks on the year after that one. Foul goes against number 1. Colin Coates is second. He's foul number 3, and that'll bring Keedrick Brown to the line.
Come on, Keedrick. Can somebody make it rush? Free throws the first.
Shoots and makes the first. There we go.
That's big. Now if he misses this one, we have a chance to get a rebound. You don't want to miss the first one.
Yeah, you want to make sure you all. That's my big deal right there. To always fill the blocks. Never empty them. Never. Keedrick shoots and misses as well.
High in trouble right here. Oh, good job! Good defense right there. Ja'Cory Thomas, he steps out of bounds, a turnover.
Right here, right in front of us.
Coach Spencer for you guys wanting to push, but I don't think it was a push. They've been letting them play all game. That is right in line with what they've been letting them.
Right. Keedrick sets up the offense here. Warren Young. Baseline. Ja'Cory can't find it. Then he puts it back. Ja'Cory Thomas now with 13 points.
Great job of finishing his shot. We got us a 1-point game and we are pressing.
And definitely the momentum has shifted in this game right here.
Good job.
Does find the basket.
Aaron James at 7 points. That was a very good answer right there.
Cubs back up by 3. We're at 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in this contest. Back to P.J. Scott, feeds inside to Ja'Cory. Wildcats are really trying to work their offense. And Warren Young shoots that NBA three-pointer again that still hasn't fallen.
3-on-1, they got numbers. They're going to go for 3.
Hurst with the rebound, and he's out of bounds.
Coach Spencer's... He's clapping, but that was not good. They had numbers 3-on-1. They should have took that one to the rack.
Both teams, Wildcats have 4 timeouts, and the Cubs have 3. And as I mentioned, timeouts, they take one right then and there. So we're taking a break. We're watching Wildcat basketball on WLFT.
Sharkey is a licensed and reputable HVAC contractor. They support Livingston Parish Public Schools and surrounding parishes. Sharkey specializes in maintenance, service, repairs of all HVAC equipment, and offering competitive rates. Call us at 225-222-3332 and find us on Facebook at Sharkey Mechanical Services, LLC.
Once again, our next broadcast, February the 4th, Live Oak Eagles come to town to take on the boys, and also before that, we'll have the girls in action as well. Live Oak Lady Eagles come over here to take on the #1 ranked team in the state of Louisiana, your Walker Lady Cats.
Man, the student section is live. This is a great game. Take a deep breath. This is where the coaches make their money right here. Final 3 minutes of the game. You can hear both coaches giving instructions, drawing on the chalkboard, seeing what the other team's giving us. This next probably 45 seconds will dictate a lot of how this game's going to go. Who's going to capture the momentum? Who's going to be able to get to the rack and put the ball in the hole?
3 minutes and 10 seconds.
I tell you, it's a Donald Butler versus Seth Mays show. Both of them over 20 points. I think what's Donald Butler got? 18, I think? Yep, 18, right at 20. Mays has 20. Our best versus your best right here in the last 3 minutes.
Both teams come out with their original starting five. So when the game is on the line, these are the guys you want in the game for both teams. Feed inside to Donald. We find Jacory. Warren Young. Inside. Shoots. Misses. There's a foul. Let's see if they call it.
I thought he was on the back. 33.
Yes.
I see it. They got him.
Fouls on 33. That is Cooper. That is Cooper coach's fourth. Team foul number 4.
This game goes in overtime. They're going to lose their big center because he's got 4 fouls.
Inside of 3 minutes now. Almost a travel there by Kedrick.
I wish Donald would have got under there because I thought he might have had a chance to rebound, but he was getting back to cut off the transition, so not a bad trade-off.
James shoots floater. Doesn't fall. Quickly down. Jacory Thomas.
Good job, Carl.
They're going to call charging there on Jacory. That's his third. Team foul number 5.
Dan, you're at home. Why don't you text us what you think that call was? Because live, it looked like a block.
Still a 3-point game here. Ball is tipped. They've seen that Donald Butler, a fingertip right before it went out of bounds. The referee's in a good position to make that call.
Couldn't see. He's up there in a good spot.
Cooper, Carl, Coates. Goes inside the lane, can't make the call. This time, Colin Coates goes under the goal and shoots and makes it. There's going to be blocked as a foul. Fouls against 5, and there's going to be Darrell Hurst, the sophomore. That's his first foul number 5, and that bring Warren Young to the line.
Our best free throw shooter at the line with a minute 59 seconds. 2 points would be humongous.
And this is
they're just struggling.
Dan does not agree with that call.
You got to be sad. There's movement at the top of the key. It's just hard to charge that way.
The Wildcats get the and Warren Young gets 14.
Take a 30-second timeout.
We're going to keep it here. We got 1 minute 59 seconds remaining in this contest, and it's only a 30-second timeout. And who's going to get credit for calling that? It's going to be for Skiro.
Yeah.
So the Wildcats will have 2 timeouts remaining, and the Cubs will have 3. But plenty of timeouts for both of these teams to make it all materialize.
It's been a while, Chris, since we've had any sport this close. We did the Slidell football game about 3 years ago. We did the playoff game. This is the first real basketball game you and I have gotten to call that's been this close. Back and forth, evenly matched. Coaches doing their thing. Great atmosphere. I can't wait to see what happens here in the last 2 minutes. I heard Skiro holler at the table, how many do I have left? So he's trying to control those timeouts, save a few for the last 50 seconds.
All right. Cubs will inbound the ball here. Mays gets it into James, and they got him trapped in a corner there. And James does get the handle on it. Over to Colin Coates. Shot just off the mark.
Hurst, I'm sorry. Hurst with him. That's 15.
Hurst gets the basket. 15 now. Warren Young puts a little bit off of it.
Chris, that was a wasted possession right there. They can't get that one back.
All right, we have a timeout on the court. This time we'll take a break with them. You're watching Wildcat Basketball on WLFT.
Sambura's Mexican restaurant offers our customers some of the most authentic and delectable Tex-Mex cuisine in the area, all served in a family-friendly atmosphere. We use only the freshest ingredients of the highest quality, from our delicious enchiladas and burritos to our amazing chicken steak or shrimp fajitas, the house specialty. We have something to please everyone. Join us for food and fun at Sombrero's Mexican Restaurant.
Guys and girls back in the studio having a good time here, calling us back from our breaks here, and I love it, man. I love the energy, all the kids' possession, makes you smile, having a good time.
6-point game, minute 37 seconds left. Everybody's happy. Everybody's having a good time. Student section getting riled up. Referees have been letting them play. They let them bang it out. Let's see if we can get a turnover right here.
Round up back in the studio as well. Mays now. And now we have a whistle. Oh, no, we have a timeout. We have a timeout. We'll keep it here. We got time with 1:23. So we have a timeout, but we'll keep it right here. Full timeout this time by the Cubs. They'll have one remaining, and the Wildcats will have two full timeouts remaining. And
But you need to tell them.
Coach Skiro almost had a court error right there because Ja'Cory Thomas thought they called a foul. And Coach Skiro's trying to holler, Ja'Cory, don't say anything to the ref because it wasn't a foul. He called a timeout. And, you don't want to get the refs against you here in the last minute and a half. I think the refs have been doing a pretty good job. They've been letting them play. I've been, excited about this crew. The one charge we thought wasn't a charge, Dan said it was. So they're 1-1. They got one right, they got one wrong. And for this high level of a game, if you get a ticky-tack, just take it off the pool, let the kick land, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Two broadcasts February the 4th versus Live Oak Lady Eagles, and in February the 8th, Zachary Broncos, Lady Broncos will come to town for the ladies. For the boys, February 4th versus Live Oak Eagles. February the 11th game versus Scottsdale has been moved to February the 16th. Once again, that's going to be on Wednesday the 16th, and then February the 15th, Denham Springs Yellow Jackets right here at Wildcat Gym. And of course, any home playoff game will also be brought to you right here on WLFT, brought to you by the Walker High School Digital Media Class. 1:20, the Wildcats are in their half-court press. And the fans are calling for the traveling call. Hurst under the goal. And now the Cubs up by 8 points, excuse me.
Yeah, that was a really good job of breaking the press. Thought we had a travel that kind of got missed. Now Walker's going to have to start putting some points on. Minute left, down to 8.
Warren Young shoots the NBA three-pointer again, and now we have a jump ball as Ja'Cory Thomas gets in there quickly.
Getting a little chippy down there now. Getting a little chippy.
Less than 1 minute to go. Wildcats down by 8. Wildcats with 2 timeouts remaining, and the Cubs with 1.
This is where we were in the state championship game in 18, down 8 or 9, less than a minute. He just can't get that shot to fall.
Mays now again. And Mays gets the dunk.
Got to tip your cap right there. That was a nice play by Mays.
Warren Young doing all he can, but the basket's just not falling. And now the foul will be called. Foul goes against 14. Warren Young, that's his third. Team foul to 6.
Mays, 22 points. Daryl Hurst, 17. They've taken it to the goal. Our shots haven't fallen in the last minute and a half. There's tip your cap. They played well.
The University High Cubs definitely showing why they are the number 2 ranked team in Division II. And of course, the Wildcats giving them all they can handle here too.
The Wildcats are going to be frustrated here if they can't eliminate this 10-point advantage. They had their chances, missed a lot of points in the paint. I thought they played good defense, thought they played well, but hadn't had enough balls fall here lately.
What happens, the Wildcats have to come out of their offense a little bit, if you will. Foul goes against 4, Kedrick Brown. His 4th, team foul number 7. Have to come out of their offense a little bit, trying to make something happen, and then on the misses, the Cubs just running down there quick. Of course, the Wildcats are pressuring them as well. They get one man free, and then they're able to make easy baskets.
Coach missed his first ball, gets his own rebound. That is not going to play well on film study tomorrow. 3 guys from Walker, nobody for the Cubs. He got his own rebound.
That's why you fill the box every time. Again, that's why I say that. You still put 4 down there, or at least you put 1 on the shooter. All right, Kedrick Brown shoots and scores again. He has 12, and the Wildcats with 63. So that's the way this game is going to end. The Wildcats will lose this one 73-63 to a very talented U-High Cub team.
No doubt about it. I thought there was highs and lows for both teams. I mean, these are 2 really good basketball teams and 2 really good coaches, and they just got the win. It's a long season. You make a run in the playoffs, you get to Lake Charles, you won't even remember this game. But right now, it's going to hurt a little bit because we had opportunities early in the paint, that we didn't take advantage of. We kind of got into our game there in the 4th quarter, scored in transition, But eventually, our shots didn't fall. Theirs did. I'm Joe Spencer, coach for U High. Great job, great game plan. I mean, he matched wits with Coach Skiro, who himself a great coach. That was fun to watch, and hey, they came in our place and beat us.
Yeah, you're right. And plus, talk about power rankings, Wildcats number 4 team in the state of Louisiana. You don't lose that many power rankings when you lose to a team that's as good as U High.
Number 2, exactly.
That's number 2. You need some good power rankings. With the loss, the Wildcats will drop 20-6 on the year, and with the win, the Cubs will then improve to 15-5. Of course, this is the prelude to district. Of course, the Wildcats will start district next game, and that will be right down the road 2 days from now, and that will be Friday versus Lyle. And of course, the district will be at Zachary on February the 8th. February the 11th, Scotlandville comes here, which game has been moved to the 16th. February the 15th will be Denham Springs here at home, and then February the 18th versus Central on the road to finish up the season.
You take a look at this game, the game changed in the third quarter. Walker got outscored 21-12 out of the bank. You go in at half up 4, and then you let them take it to you in the second half. And I can tell you that's what Coach Skiro is going to address tomorrow at practice or whenever they do their film study. Was we had the momentum going into half, and we kind of came out. I don't really like it. The kids played hard. They just weren't sharp. Left balls out there that didn't get in, and you have fundamentally sound took it to us.
Yeah. I think the game is a lot closer than what the score indicates. As we mentioned, at the end, the Wildcats were really trying to warn young people, some NBA three-pointers that just couldn't find the bottom of the basket. And then the Cubs getting the rebound and the Wildcats having to press to try to make a turnover happen. And then whenever you press, you got everybody on one side of the line, on the half-court line, and you got one guy who's free, and then they just make easy baskets, which makes it look like they won by 10, but it was actually a lot
That's
closer.
right, yeah. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. We started pressing. If we get the turnover on our side of the court, we probably flip the lead. But twice in a row, they broke the press, had a guy wide open, which there's nobody there to cover. That's what the press is. You always have one guy open. Again, tip your cap to U-High for doing that. We had a 5-point deficit, and Warren Young had to shoot the 3. We ran out of time. Right. We had a rebound, a snowbird, which is a bomb, late, and then McRee gets some layup. So a 5 or 6 points at the end that we gave it to him, but that's where you're misleading is the 5 points. It was about a 5-point game, and I took it.
Looking for the leading scores for both of these teams, it was the Peter Brown had 12 points, Corey Thomas had 13, Donald Butler had 18, Warren Young Jr. had 14, and it was P.J. Scott with 6 points for the Wildcats on just 2 shots.
And for U-High, Seth Mays, the junior, led with 22 points. Colin Coates, the senior, 6'6", 13 points. Daryl Hurst, who didn't even start, didn't play the whole first quarter, dominated the second quarter, finished with 17 points. Hodu had 2 points, Zarin James with 7, and Cooper Coates with 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 of their 5 starters in double digits. That's how you upset a team at their place.
That's right. They are using all their tools that they have, using their height, and then using the skills that they have. And like you said, great job of coaching there by Coach Spencer. Once again, the game Friday, lots of activities going on for you Friday. It will be senior night for the girls. Of course, only really one senior girl playing. They got Lainey Miller, and of course they have Natalie Arsenault, and then, also Shania Watson there, the 3 seniors for the Lady Cats. So we'll be recognizing those girls. And then also that game will start at 6 o'clock. And then after that, at halftime, we'll recognize the girls' junior high basketball team. And, of course, we'll have the Hall of Fame. Of course, Denham Springs had their Hall of Fame a long time, and Walker's like, hey, we got great athletes here from the past. And so Walker will be announcing their Hall of Fame class. I believe it's in between both of those games.
Have we announced our Hall of Fame yet? Is it just the ceremony, or they are literally announcing the Hall of Fame?
I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard.
Not 100% sure.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to unveil the Hall of Fame, because I'm not sure they've announced it yet. So it might be a pretty big deal. Nobody knows what it's going to be, and come on out and support the former athletes.
A couple of 1,000-point players recognized, and of course, and then also the boys will play at about 7:15. Of course, probably a little bit longer with all the events we have going on. And of course, at halftime, we'll be recognizing the boys junior high teams from the Walker area. So a lot going on Friday, and so make sure you come out to Wildcat Gym and support the Hall of Fame people from Walker, and then also all the the youth that's coming up in the future?
One little small nugget of information. When my youngest son, Kate Harper, who is a senior, 6 years old, I coached flag football team. His receiver was Colin Coates, the guy that the senior 6'6" for U High. Their dad, Sam Coates, who was an all-state in his right, was my assistant. And whenever Casey would get in trouble, I would always just say, throw up to Coates. Throw up to Coates. Because even at 6 years old, you saw him, he's 6'6". Now, he was probably 6 foot at 6 years old. It was good to see him. It's good to see Sam. Again, kudos to both teams. I thought they both played hard, clean game. I thought the rest did a great job. And we move on. We move on to district. Right. You're still 20-6. You're still going to be top 5 in the power rankings. Don't let this spiral you down. Obviously, don't overlook Live Oak because you got Zachary and Scotlandville right after them. They got to get back to the drawing board, play hard against Live Oak, and then worry about Zachary after that game.
Next game for the U High Cubs, they will play at Family Christian, and that will be Friday the 4th as well. And that way things wrap up. We'll walk over to Live Oak, and U High will play Family Christian. So we're going to wrap things up here at Wildcat. The Wildcats lose a close one to the Cubs, 73-63. For Clint Carl, Chris Review.
My dream was always to help other people, but when I tried to start my own business, I quickly realized I was in over my head. That's when I called Alina Levine. She helped me navigate the complicated business of starting a business. But the help didn't stop there. Her friendly team of accounting experts handle all of the things that I never thought of when I started this journey, because I started my business to be a counselor, not an accountant. Thanks to Alina, now I'm able to focus on doing what I love, helping other people. This is Walker High School basketball, brought to you by Wildcat Productions. Woo!